Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to my kitchen. Eating on a budget is tough. You're often faced with eating the same foods over and over again, and quite honestly, it can get quite boring. So today I want to show you a quick, simple recipe with things that probably you have already in your house that could really spice up a common meal and just make it brand new. So today we're going to use Shin Ramyun. Shin Ramyun is probably something that's in most Korean households. If you're new to it, then definitely check out your local supermarket. A lot of them have it. The Walmarts have them too. A box of 5 packs go for about $4 to $5 or less sometimes if it's on sale. So by itself, it's a pretty good meal. It's a spicy soup with noodles, and usually about 1 packet can suffice for a regular appetite. When you get a little bored of it, there's a recipe that I found that can really change the taste of this product and make it to like a brand new meal. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. Some of the items that we're going to use are carrots, onions, and garlic. That's sort of standard you'd expect if you really just want to upgrade it. But we're going to add one more item that might surprise you, and that is we're adding milk. We're going to add some milk to this, and it's really going to change what you're going to taste when you mix it all together. So stay tuned and let me show you how to do this. So for this recipe, what we're going to use is only about half a carrot, a third of an onion, and 2 cloves of garlic. So to save a little time, I already chopped it up for you and it's ready to go. So once you have this prepped, the next thing you want to do is take a pot of water, fill it up about 3 cups, and start setting that for boil. As the water is boiling over here, what we're going to do is take a pan and we're going to heat up about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And as that heats up, what we're going to do is we're going to take the vegetables and we're going to just do a bit of a saute. So you just want to soften up the carrots and the onions and get that garlic in the oil just to release the flavors. As that cooks, you can put it down to about halfway, a medium on the stove, and then what you're going to get is a 1.25 cups of milk. Once you see the onions and the garlic start browning, that is when we're going to add the milk. Pour in the milk. Just let that get to a light boil, and then as this just starts to boil, then you want to bring it back down to low and have it simmer. Inside the Shin Ramyun pack has the noodles, spice pack, and the dried vegetables. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the dried vegetables and we're going to put that into the milk and let that hydrate. And what we're going to do is also add about half the spice pack into the milk. If you really like spice, you can add a little bit more, but usually if you put the full pack, it's going to be quite spicy. So I would say start with the half and work your way up. As the water boils in the pot, you are going to put the noodles into the pot and you're going to let it cook to about 50%. You just want it to be loose enough that you could break up this shape, and then we're actually going to wash it with cold water, and then after that we're going to actually add it to the milk that's on the pan and let it finish cooking in there. So now you can see the noodles are boiling. I added about half the spice pack and the dried vegetables in here. I'm going to give this a nice mix. Continue to let it simmer. Just give it a little mix every now and then so the milk does not burn on the pan. It should be at about 2 or a low on your stove. So now the milk sauce is going to be a orangey pink color. That's really going to make that creamy spice. So as you can see, we have our cold washed noodles. The reason why we wash them is because we want to really rinse off the extra starch. We don't really want that to get into the sauce and thicken up the sauce and change the flavor. So we want to wash that off, and then we want to also stop the cooking process because we want to just finish cooking it in the sauce that we have prepared. So now you take this noodles, you dump it in, and then you're going to raise the heat on the sauce. And then you want to just work in the noodles a bit and let that cook together. If you want, you could add some protein. I think something like a chicken breast might be a good pair. If you pan fry that before, and then after you could insert it in slices into your sauce. If you like bacon, bacon is a very good option too. So if you get some bacon, you crisp it up, and then you can sprinkle it in here as well and let that go. So as you can see, it's starting to heat up, bubbling a little. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit more, and we just really are waiting for these noodles to just finish cooking, and then we plate. And here we have the final product. It's a creamy, spicy ramen, and it's sort of reminds me of a carbonara sauce. So it's a little bit of a spin on a classic Shin Ramyun that can really change it up if you're on a budget. You know, a meal like this probably costs you about $4-5 tops, depending on what extra items you want to add. If you want to add a chicken breast or bacon, just to add a little bit more flavor and get some protein in there, you can. Otherwise, you could just add whatever vegetables you have in your fridge and some garlic, and there we go. Bon appetit.